Title: Longtime captive of the Clink, Barry Lee Jones, finally breathes the sweet scent of freedom after 29 years. TLDR, Barry Lee Jones, an Arizona man who's had a jailhouse rock-style existence for 29 years, was finally released after fresh medical examinations threw his original convictions for the 1994 murder of a 4-year-old into doubt. His legal team and prosecutors struck a deal which saw him plead guilty to a lesser murder charge, based on his failure to seek medical help for the child. He's now free, thanks to his sentence matching his time served. Is this a tale of justice delayed, not denied? Take a second, imagine being locked up for 29 years. Feels heavy, doesn't it? That's how long Barry Lee Jones had to sing the prison blues, since 1994, for the murder, child abuse, and sexual assault of his girlfriend's daughter. Jones had brought the child and her mom to a hospital in Tucson, where the poor girl was pronounced dead from a small bowel laceration, a consequence of blunt abdominal trauma. It was believed back then that Jones was the one who inflicted those injuries on the child. His role as the caregiver at the time led to his first-degree murder conviction. But was this conviction just? Or were there more twisted turns in this tale? Fast forward a few years, Jones's lawyers did some detective work of their own and found that medical re-examinations of the case didn't quite point the finger at Jones for the child's injuries. But wait, does that mean he was innocent? No one's slapping the innocent label on Jones yet. Even though the original convictions and death sentence were overruled, Jones still had to plead guilty to a lesser murder charge. He was seen as guilty of allowing the child to die as a result of her injuries because he didn't seek medical help. And you know what they say, ignorance of the duty is no excuse. The plea deal: plead guilty to second-degree murder, get 25 years, which you've already served, and walk out of prison like the protagonist in a tearjerker movie scene. After 3 decades of being behind bars, Jones was finally released. Now, here's the rub: the U.S. Supreme Court, a year ago, had reversed a decision to release Jones. Justice Clarence Thomas even pointed out that federal courts can't take in new evidence of ineffective assistance of counsel that could help prisoners. Was this deal struck by Jones's attorneys with prosecutors, then, a workaround to this? So, we have a man accused of heinous crimes, fresh evidence that could exonerate him, a Supreme Court decision barring new evidence, and a deal struck with the prosecutors that set him free. A plot more twisted than a pretzel, don't you think? And let's not forget the question that's left lingering: was justice served, delayed, or denied here? Is Jones guilty of a lesser crime, or was he a victim of a flawed legal system? Remember folks, this isn't just a story, it's someone's reality. Could this reality be a reflection of a justice system that needs more fixing than a cracked phone screen? So, my fellow truth seekers, we ask you this: is justice always black and white, or are there shades of grey we need to explore?